Hi, it's Tash. Welcome to Tash's Library. Today's video is my May TBR. Super exciting. Second time through my new game. So before I start, however, I am still participating in Buzzwordathon, and the buzzword for May is the word every in the title. I only have 2 books that could fulfill this, which means I'm going to try and get one of these books onto my TBR. Hopefully I can. So the first one is Storm in a Teacup, The Physics of Everyday Life, which is a non-fiction book, or I can get Everyone on This Train is a Suspect by Benjamin Stevenson, which is the sequel to Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone, which was really good. So anyway, I actually don't mind which of these I get on there, but I need to get one of them on there. The other readathon I'm participating in is the year-long Adventures in Aeldia, created by Book Roast. And for May, you have to have multiple letters in the title. I'm going to try and go for the multiple R's. And so that means I need to have at least 2 R's in the title that I pick. So I've got a few ideas for this one, and we'll see what happens. Because I do really need to get that in. If I can't find R's, however, I'm also happy to go multiple L's. So that's an option too. So without further ado, let's go to the board. And here's the board. Once again, I'm playing with my trusty Eeyore as usual. I also throw 2 dice, and if I throw a double, I end up with an extra roll. And depending on what color square I land, I have to pull a corresponding card which will relate to a particular topic. Red is It's a Vibe, so that's things like tropes and genres. From Cover to Cover is cover prompts. All in the Making is about publication and authors. What's in a Name is about titles. And It's So Random is going to be some other way of choosing a TBR. So that could be a different game, it could be a spinner wheel, etc. I have shuffled the cards, so I'm all ready to go. I'm going to go my 8 rolls, see what happens. I know it's ambitious. I keep telling myself I'm going to cut down the number of rolls, but I never do. I never do. And once again, if I land on one of these bookworm game spots, I get to play my bookworm game, which is heaps tougher prompts. So it's very fun, but it's also a little bit stressful. So let's see what happens. All right, so first roll is going to be a double. Of course, it's a double to start off with, but that's okay. That's okay. It's a 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That is yellow. All in the Making. And that is a 5-star prediction. Okay, so this should be fairly straightforward. I mean, hard to know exactly, but it's only a prediction. It doesn't actually need to be true. I'm just going to have to pick a book that I think is going to be awesome. Started with a double. Excellent. Why not, right? So the first one is All in the Making, and this was a 5-star prediction. Now for this one, I'm going to read a book on my Kindle, and I'm going to go for The 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle by Stuart Turton. And this one is apparently Gosford Park means Groundhog Day by way of Agatha Christie and Black Mirror. That's how it is described. It sounds incredible. It has won the Costa First Novel Award, the Books on My Bag Novel Award. It's a Waterstones Thrill of the Month. It was shortlisted for British Book Awards, Theakston Old Peculiar Crime Novel, etc. And it basically follows Evelyn Hardcastle, who will not just die once. So apparently she dies in this party, but it keeps repeating itself, a bit like Groundhog Day. That sounds really good. I believe this is going to be a 5-star, mainly because my boyfriend has loved this book and we have very similar tastes in books. I've heard great things about it and it sounds really good. And I actually think it's going to be a 5-star. We'll see. I mean, it doesn't have to be a guaranteed 5-star, but I reckon it will be. Roll number 2. You gotta be kidding me. All right, so we're now up to 10 rolls. Another 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Purple. And that is from cover to cover. And that's a cover depicting an urban setting. So that could be a cover that shows a city, roads, anything like that, factories, etc. Yeah, it is a cover prompt, so I'm going to have to do some digging. Another double 6. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. But anyway, this one is from cover to cover. It was a cover prompt, and this is a cover depicting an urban setting. For this one, I'm going to go with a book that I've been meaning to read forever. It has once made it onto my TBR and didn't get read, and that's Eversion by Alistair Reynolds. So there is a cityscape in there, so I think that counts. Now this one follows a small group of intrepid explorers who are in search of a remote and mysterious artifact. It's a well-funded expedition, well organized, which is lucky as they're sailing north of Bergen on the schooner Demeter, searching for a narrow inlet which will lead them to a vast uncharted lake and their goal until disaster strikes. I'm not sure what this is about. I'm assuming it has thriller elements, sci-fi elements. There is a Zeppelin. Yep, I don't know. I don't actually want to know too much about it. I just know that I think it's something I'm going to enjoy. Roll 3 of 10 is thankfully a 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is a yellow, all in the making. And it's a book with third-person perspective. All right, that often requires me to actually flip through a few books, so it could take me a little bit of time. Another all in the making, and this time it's a book with third-person perspective. And I'm going to take the opportunity to get a much anticipated new release on here, and that is Sunbringer by Hannah Kaner. I absolutely loved God Killer, which follows a woman who is a god killer, effectively a bit like The Witcher, but she hunts down gods who are now forbidden in the land. She one day, however, comes across a god that she can't kill because it's inextricably linked to a young girl. And it's just such a really fun, epic fantasy. I've really enjoyed it. Great representation, great integration of sort of different mythologies. It's just really unique, really fun, and I cannot wait to get to the second book. Roll 4 of 10 is a 10. Look at that, 12, 12, 10, 10, exactly the same. This is insane. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Another yellow. It's really loving the all in the making. This one is a book with a map. That's pretty cool. So that's most of my fantasy books, of course. So that should be really, really easy. Another all in the making. I'm getting a lot of yellows. And this one's a book with a map. Now, I have a lot of fantasy books that have maps. However, I'm going to take the opportunity to get everyone on this train as a suspect onto my TBR, because there is a map at the beginning, if I can find it now, which I can't obviously. So there's a map of Australia, and there's also a map of the train. I'm going to count that because I really need to get this book on here for Buzzwordathon. So this is a locked room mystery where the Australian Mystery Writers Society invites us right onto a crime writing festival aboard the Garn, which is the famous train between Darwin and Adelaide. And I was hoping for a break from real people killing each other, but this did not pan out. So there are a number of different authors on this train, which one of them has committed the crime. I love locked room mysteries. The first book was really great. It really broke the fourth wall and was quite humorous. I'm hoping this one will be a hit as well. Roll number 5 of 10. Okay, not too bad. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's a red. It's a vibe. And this is a classic. Interesting. So this could be like an actual typical classic, like, you know, like, I don't know, like A Tale of Two Cities or something. Or it could just be, for example, sci-fi classic, or a book that's considered like a children's classic. Anything like that. This is interesting. I haven't pulled this one before, so let's see what I can find. And it's a vibe. I got a classic. So this is an interesting one to fulfill. I gave a bit of a thought. I was kind of tossing up between maybe Princess Bride, Neverending Story, but I've decided to go to my Jules Verne bind up. This is my Barnes and Noble leather bound bind up, and it's got 7 Jules Verne novels in it. Now, I have read a few of these. However, I have not read From the Earth to the Moon. So I think that's the one I'm going to read. It doesn't seem to be more than about 100 pages. But having said that, the writing is pretty tiny in this and the pages are very large. But either way, look, I loved some of Jules Verne. I loved Journey to the Center of the Earth. And yeah, I feel like I should read all his books at least in this bind up. It is a classic. It fits. I don't know anything about it, but I'm okay with that. It's an adventure. Roll number 6 is a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Blue. What's in the name? Woohoo! A title prompt. And that is an element in the title. So that could be a traditional element like metal or air, or it could be an actual scientific element like lithium or mercury or something like that. I should have a few of these, hopefully. Title's hard, but I know I have at least some science books that would work. What's in the name? So there's an element in the title, and I'm going to go with traditional elements, not the periodic table of elements, mainly because I want to really continue this series and this gives me an opportunity to do so. And that's Foundation and Earth by Isaac Asimov. So in April, I have read Foundation's Edge, and I'm dying to see what happens next. So this is going to be it. If anyone hasn't read Foundation, the original Foundation book is about this psychohistorian called Harry Seldon, who predicts that the Galactic Empire is going to collapse, and this is going to be followed by 30,000 years of Dark Age. However, he also predicts that if humanity starts work on an encyclopedia and creates a foundation to preserve knowledge, then this period of time can be reduced to only 1,000 years. And so he sets up this foundation, which goes on to another planet to make their encyclopedia. Now, this series is just full of wheeling and dealing, just the politics. It's not a particularly character-focused series, but it is fascinating. It's got great ideas about humanity, about the way politics works. Love it. Absolutely adore this. This is one of my comfort reads in terms of a series. I haven't read this one yet. Can't wait to get to it. Roll number 7 is a 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Red. It's a vibe. Still haven't pulled an It's So Random in my new game. A reread. Ooh. Interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about this because I have so many books to read, but I do have a couple in mind. So I'm not angry about this one. It's a vibe and it's a reread. So for this one, I'm going to go to a book that I have been planning to read. I've been hoping to get to Terry Pratchett again. I've read them years ago and I really feel like it's time to reread them. I'm going to start, however, with a standalone this time, mainly because it's one I can't remember. I cannot remember what this book is about. It is The Truth, and it follows William, who just wants to get at the truth. So he is the accidental editor of the Discworld's first newspaper. Now he must cope with the traditional perils of a journalist's life, people who want him dead, a recovering vampire with a suicidal fascination for flash photography, some more people who want him dead in a different way, and worst of all, the man who keeps begging him to publish pictures of his humorously shaped potatoes. I love Terry Pratchett's hilarious, wonderful humor, always hits the mark with me. I miss it. I want to get back to it. This is going to be the one I start with. This is going to be my great reread for the month. Roll number 8. Okay. Right. You've got to be kidding me. That's 3 double sixes. Okay. 11 rolls. But anyway, that's a 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Blue. Title prompt. What's in a name? Nature in the title. Fun. That could be tree, or it could be earth, could be anything. Let's have a look at what I have. What's in a name? I'm going to go for nature in the title. This one, I'm going to use the word desert, and I'm going to read A Demon in the Desert by Ash Armstrong. This I'm going to read on Kindle as well. And this is the first book in the Grimlock Demon Hunter series. It follows an orc with one purpose, hunting demons. So the Wasteland's mining town of Greenreach Bluffs is deteriorating. With each passing day, its inhabitants grow more fearful and paranoid, plagued by something. They suffer nightmares and hallucinations. There are murders at the mine. The community is on the brink of madness and ruin. And as events escalate, realization dawns. The town has a demon problem. And then Grimlock the Orc strides in out of the wastes to answer their call for salvation. This sounds fun. It's just going to be a fun read for me. Roll number 9 of 11 is a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another title prompt. A place in the title. Okay, so that could be a particular city, or it could just be a place like Waterfall or something, I'm guessing. We'll see. Geographical region, something like that. Let's see what I can find. What's in a name? And we have a place in the title. So for this, I'm going to go for an actual place. Another book on my Kindle, All the Horses of Iceland by Sarah Tomey. And this one is just a short little novella. I'm really needing short books, so this is part of it. Everyone knows of the horses of Iceland, wild and small and free, but few have heard their story. All the Horses of Iceland weaves their mystical origin into a saga for the modern age, filled with the magic and darkened whispers of a people on the cusp of major cultural change. All the Horses of Iceland tells the tale of a Norse trader, his travels through Central Asia, and the ghostly magic that followed him home to the land of fire, stone, and ice. This is supposed to be just a fun, hypnotic, historical fantasy with gorgeous prose. I've heard really nice things about it. This has been on my TBR for so long, and May is the month that I get to it. Roll number 10. I'd love an It's So Random. All right, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another yellow. Oh my gosh. Seriously? All in the making, a book with pictures. So that could be a graphic novel, or it could be a book that just has illustrations in it. All right, so let's have a look. This could be kind considering I have 11 rolls. Book number 10. All in the making again. I'm getting a lot of these. So there's a book with pictures. And because I've got so many, I've decided to make it super easy for myself. And I'm going to read a book that I haven't read yet, but that has been on my shelf for quite some time. and that is The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse. So this is a very cute illustrated book. Shouldn't take very long to read at all, but it looks adorable, absolutely adorable. I don't know much about it. I don't think there is a synopsis anywhere that I can see on the actual book. But it's a book about friendship. That's all I can tell. The pictures are really cute. I'm just gonna see what it's all about. And the final roll is an 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes! I have a green. All right, this is good. It's so random. Let's see what I got. A mood read. Interesting. Okay, so it's not so gamey, this one. This is just anything I particularly feel like reading. I might have a look to see if there's a book I'm super dying to read this month. Otherwise, I might just leave it to chance. And finally, mood read. Finally got it. It's all random. It wasn't very random indeed, but it is a mood read, and I could probably do a mood read this month considering. And at this stage, I reserve the right to change this because it is a mood read and it will depend how I'm feeling at the time. But I've been really dying to get to Rise of Empire by Michael J. Sullivan, which is the second book in the Rhyria Revelations. It's a beautiful floppy one. I'm super excited to get to it. And it follows Royce and Hadrian, who go on a heist, basically, in the first book. This is a really great bromance, epic fantasy underneath it all. I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens next. It's been forever since I've read the first one, and hopefully I can even remember what happened in the first one, but I think I will, because yeah, it should be fine. But yes, very, very excited to get to this one. So I think this will be my mood read indeed. And that's pretty much it. That's my TBR. It is pretty hefty. I do have my Buzzwordathon on there, so that's good. And in terms of Aeldia, I've got 3 options that could fit with my 2 R's in the title. So that would be Sunbringer, Everyone on This Train is a Suspect, or Rise of Empire. So any one of those 3 would fulfill that particular prompt, which is pretty exciting. Oh, and the Jules Verne one could too. So I've got 4 options. So not too bad at all. All right, so I've got quite a pile here that I can barely pick up. And of course, the bottom one's a bind up, so I'm not reading that whole thing. But that's From the Earth to the Moon for a classic. A Boy, the Mole, Fox, and the Horse for a book with pictures. Sunbringer for, what was Sunbringer again? It was for third person perspective. Everyone on This Train is a Suspect for book with a map. Rise of Empire for a mood read. Eversion for a cover with an urban setting. Then I have Foundation and Earth for elements in the title. The Truth for a reread. And then I have 3 books on my Kindle. All the Horses of Iceland for place in the title. Demon in the Desert for nature in the title. And The 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle for 5-star prediction. I'm going to put these down now because they are very, very heavy. Thank you for watching, and until I see you next time, take care.